Hi everyone, it's Gina and I am outside with a couple of my Leaf of Life plants that I wanted to share with you. I did a video probably a couple years back, and it's been really popular, but I know I needed to do an updated one. So I'm going to be sharing. One of the things I learned was that this particular plant that you're looking at here, called the Leaf of Life, is known by so many different names throughout the world, and I'm going to share those names with you and let you know what the different uses are in the different parts of the world. But this is the Leaf of Life plant, and it doesn't look like much right now because we actually had a hailstorm about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it really took a beating. And I will post a video of the actual hailstorm within this video so you can understand, or you have an idea of what all of my plants went through. But the plant actually doesn't look too bad now, but you can see where some of the leaves, where the ice just passed through some of the leaves here. It really looked bad about a week ago, a week and a half ago, and I gave it some time to kind of recuperate. So I'm going to go ahead and just give an update on this plant. What I'm going to do is I will link the original video where I talk about all of the benefits, because that has been I guess what could be considered my viral video, but it's very popular. So I'm going to link that video in this one so you can go and watch that. But in this particular one right now, what I'm going to do is, based on that video, I will share with you what it's called in different parts of the world and what it's used for. Alright, so this is the Leaf of Life plant. What I'm going to also do is show you how easy it is to propagate these plants. It's called a Leaf of Life because, I mean, you literally can just drop a leaf and you end up getting the equivalent. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing at right here. Each of these leaves have these teeny little indentations, and each of those little dots will create a new plant once it's dropped on the ground. And I'm going to show you one which I just found. Here is one that I just found that fell from the plant, and you can see here where the roots are coming out. Let me see if I can get a better view. See there where there are roots coming out? Well, that's what's going to happen from each of those little dark spots around the edges. You will literally create a whole new plant or plants from just one leaf. And these are not all the plants that I ever owned. I actually moved a few months ago and left the majority of them at the other home. So I had some in pots, and I think I have 3 pots here. I've got these 3, and each of these leaves has the ability to literally create a forest. And in this other pot right here, I have a few others that I started by simply dropping leaves, and you can see a few of the leaves right here that I just dropped just moments ago. But these ones were dropped in about a month ago, and you can see where I have whole new plants already coming up just from those individual leaves that I put in. So each of these, so what I'm going to do is just take this one that I found. I mean, and it was not even in soil. It just, once it gets a little bit of moisture, it'll start to grow. Or once it senses that there's some soil there, it'll start to grow. So all I'm going to do is just take this. I just simply set it in. And that's it. You can water it in every couple of days, but it really does, it just kind of relies on whatever little moisture it gets. But in no time, you'll have a whole pot or a little forest if you just choose to grow them in just regular ground. But like I said, these really took a beating, so they don't look like much. And this is actually one of my, I'd say, best sellers, but it's probably like the only thing I really have in my Etsy store. And so many people have been purchasing them, but I had to close the store just to give it time, give my plants time to kind of recover. So let me just stop talking here. What I'm going to do is share with you all of the different names that this particular plant has throughout the world and what it's used for in different regions. And I think you will be so impressed, but you'll understand exactly why it is called the leaf of life. Okay, so like I mentioned before, this is going to be a little update on the Leaf of Life plant based on the comments from the original video. And I'm going to post the link to the original video in this video as well as beneath in the comment section or in the description section so that you can go ahead and check out that video. But as of the last check, which was a few minutes ago, this particular video, my original video, on the Leaf of Life plant had 223,000 views. Yes, I was kind of surprised as well, but it seems to be doing really well. And what I gathered from looking through all of the different comments was that this plant is prevalent throughout the world, but it's known by so many different names. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, that based on the different comments, what the Leaf of Life plant is called in the different parts of the world, as well as what it's used for in that particular region or country. All right, so I went ahead and I made a few notes. So you're going to see me referring to notes as well. Now the Leaf of Life plant, I guess the Latin name or scientific name is the Brufilum pinnatum, but you see it called the cathedral plant because of the different flowers that it gives out, which kind of it's called the cathedral bells because the flowers that it gives out, they look like little bells when they're kind of hanging down. And I'll see if I can post a picture of that, but I do believe that there is a photograph of the flowers in the original video as well, so you can definitely see them there. All right, so the Brufilum pinnatum, or the leaf of life as I know it, is natural medicine. A lot of people consider it to be a weed. I've seen it growing in different people's yards, and it's just simply ripped up and tossed aside as a weed, but it is considered to be a medicinal weed. It is used for so many different things, ranging from kidney stones, shortness of breath, intestinal parasites, the immune system. It is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. You'll hear about a lot of these in the original video as well, but here I want to talk about the different countries, what it's called, and how that particular country uses it. So the first one here on my list is Haiti. And there are a few people that mention it in Haiti, that were from Haiti. And in Haiti, it is used for earaches, it's used for high blood pressure, and it's also used to heal when the baby is first born, to heal that umbilical, where the umbilical cord is cut, or the baby's navel, as most people call it. So that's in Haiti. Now in India, it is used for kidney stones, for blood clots, for gallstones, and in India it is called Ranapala I guess it's called the Telugu language, because India has so many different dialects and languages. So in the Telugu language it is called Ranapala, and later on you'll hear me mention it by another name in a different part of India. So in Trinidad, it is called the wonder of the world. And there it is used for blood clots, for earaches, as well as weight loss. Um, one of the people who commented, her name was Alana, and she said that she actually used it to heal her cataracts. Now, I'm not saying that I'm just posting comments from, the different people who commented on this original video. And before I go on, please always consult your doctor. If there's any issue that come up with you, consult your doctor before you use any kind of natural remedy, whether it be a weed that you find in your backyard or some other remedy that you might get from your local herbalist. Please consult with your doctor first. All right, so Alana says she used it when she had eye cataracts. In Grenada, it is used for sore throats, and they simply add a little bit of salt to a leaf, and then they chew it up. And that's one of the ways that I eat it as well. I simply just take a leaf, I kind of crush it, put a little bit of salt on it, and chew it up. And sometimes I don't even add the salt. I just take the leaf, wash it off, and chew it. All right, so in Grenada, it is used for sore throat, and it's also used for earaches. So we see earaches coming up quite a bit because Haiti also use it for earaches. Trinidad, they use it for earaches, and now we see Grenada, it's used for earaches there as well. In Tanzania, it is used to treat wounds. And one particular commenter said that he never even knew about the different benefits, even though it's all over his garden. So a lot of people have this plant in their gardens but have no idea that it actually has medicinal benefits. So that was McVeigh. He said that he didn't know anything about the benefits, but it's all over his garden. Ines says that she adds it to her salad. So that's another way you can take the younger leaves, which are close to the top, simply break them off, toss them into your salad. In Liberia, it is used for upset stomach, as well as for the baby's belly button, to heal the belly button. So there again, in Liberia, it's used for that. And we also saw it used in Haiti to treat the umbilical cords. In Liberia, they call it the everlasting leaf. Okay, now in the Philippines, it is used as an ornamental plant because it is a very pretty plant, especially when it blooms. So it's used as an ornamental plant, but it's also used to treat gallstones. And in the Philippines, it's known by different names depending on the region that you're in. One name is Hanlilica. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. But it's also called the Katakataka plant or the miracle plant. In the US, we did get a few comments in the US, so people here do have it. It is called the Mother of Thousands. And the reason why it's called that is because, like I showed you at the beginning with the little dots around the leaf, each of those little spots can create a whole new plant. So you have one of those leaves drop and you end up having maybe 10 plants or even more. And then each of those drop leaves and you have more. So you can literally create a forest using one leaf of life leaf. So that's why it's called the Mother of Thousands. In Jamaica, it is called the Tree of Life or the Leaf of Life, and there it is used to treat colds simply by taking salt, adding it to a leaf, and we saw that previously as well. One commenter, Delphina, says she uses it to treat her sickle cell, and I've never heard of it being used for that, but so that was interesting. In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, it's used to treat ear infections again. In Puerto Rico, it is used to treat ear infections again, and there it is called bruja or yerba bruja, and bruja actually means witch. Yerba bruja means witch herb or witch leaf, or however the word for yerba for me basically means an herb. So yerba bruja or simply bruja and that's what it's called in Puerto Rico because of all of the different qualities of this leaf. In Nigeria, it is used to treat colds, and we see that the treatment of colds popping up frequently. In Malaysia, it is called setawar, and it's used to... Actually, I found this very interesting because I grew up in Jamaica, where we literally could dig slate out of the ground, and we used the slate to create pencils as well as a board that we could write on. So when I saw this in Malaysia, I thought this was interesting. They call it setawar. They use it, but they take it to school, the leaves, and they use the leaf as an eraser for their stone writing tablets. Now the stone writing tablets, I'm pretty sure it's the slate, because we call it our slate tablet, or what was it that we call it? I know we refer to as slate pencils. I don't remember what we called the actual board that we wrote on, but we could literally go behind our little schoolhouse and we could dig slate out of the ground and create a little pencil with a piece of it and use it to write on. So in Malaysia, they use the leaf to erase what they've written onto the slate or their whatever particular stone they're referring to. And they say that they also use it. This particular commenter said that the old folks said that it had medicinal values, but they didn't say what it was good for. So I'm hoping that by making this video and by sharing how it's used throughout the different parts of the world, how this particular plant has such a variety of uses. And I'm hoping that the knowledge will get passed down to so many different generations from here on out, because what I've noticed here is that in Malaysia, yes, the old folks might have said that it had medicinal values, but they didn't necessarily say or inform them what these medicinal values were. Okay, so another commenter, Daphne, says that she actually has it in her science garden. So this would actually be a really good plant for everybody to have. Do a lot more research on it, because this is not something that I literally just went out into the yard and I automatically knew about it. It's something I was using when I was younger. I use it now, but I've learned so much simply by having this video about it and learning what so many different countries call it and what they use it for. Frank says that he drank it for an enlarged prostate. And I don't know where Frank was from, but I'm guessing it could be America, could be anywhere though. In Guyana, they call it the leaf of life, and there again it's used for colds. Jennifer says that she used it to get rid of bruises, as well as for her eyes and bad colds as well. I'm not sure how you would use it for bruises, because she didn't say how, but I'm guessing you could simply take the leaf and you could break it up, or you could also break it and heat it gently over a flame and use that to put onto the bruise. Because I remember when I was growing up, we used pepper leaves in a similar way, by taking the leaf and we would heat it and simply place it over like a boil or something, and that would help with healing of the boil. So I'm guessing that that would be one way of using the leaves to help to heal the bruise. In Tamil, which is this is another language in India, it's called Rankali, and that means healer of the wound. And there it's also used a lot to treat kidney stones. Charity, another commenter, she said that her mother gave it to her for menstrual cramps, and it actually helped her. So that's a whole other usage that I did not know about. Another commenter named Shashank says that and this could be India. The name sounds like India, or it could also, I'm not sure. But she said that it's called, where she's from, it's called Pathachata or Panfuti in Marathi, which is Marathi is the particular dialect, and I believe that is in India. And there it's used for kidney stones, and they use the raw leaves on cancer patients. So there's a whole other thing that I did not know about. I had no idea that it was being researched for cancer treatment. In Barbados, again, it is used for colds and congestion. And Michelle, another commenter, said that she used it to treat mastitis in her goat. She was raising goats to get the milk from so that she could make cheese and other different products from the goat's milk. And her goat developed mastitis. And if you're not familiar with that, mastitis is simply where you get an infection in the breast area. So she used the leaf of life, crushed it up, placed it on the goat's breast or the nipple area, and she said within 3 days, the goat had healed enough so that she could go ahead and keep producing milk. So you have heard a variety of usage of this particular leaf of life plant from places like Haiti, from India, Trinidad, Grenada, I mean, literally all over the world. So I'm hoping that this gives you an idea of just how beneficial this plant can be. And I did start to sell it in my Etsy shop, but like I showed you before, due to the hailstorm, a lot of them got really damaged. So I'm in the process of just giving them time to recuperate. It's now spring. Mother Nature is going to kick into high gear pretty soon. And if anyone would like to get a leaf, I will once again start to offer those in the store. But I would like to give the plants a little bit of time to rejuvenate, to recover from the battering that it took during the winter, as well as the hailstorm a few weeks ago. So I hope that this was informative, a little bit educational, I hope. And if you have any comments about it, just simply post it in the comment section below, and I will answer them as best as I can. But like I said, I learned as much from the comments that were posted in my original video, as I'm sure you probably have as well. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate you being here. And like I said, if you have any comments, please post them below. If you are new to the family, I do appreciate you being here. And if you would just click that red button, and as well as the bell beside it, you will be informed whenever I upload new content. Thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you again real soon.